What you're about to see is not real news. It is satire based on real news. The characters you're about to see are not real-life humans. They are frighteningly realistic puppets based on real-life humans. The views expressed in the show are not necessarily those of StarSat, its sponsors, its advertisers, or the nice lady that makes the coffee.
Yes! Come on! Can you feel it? Everybody in the house, please eat my burrito tonight. Come on, please eat my burrito tonight. Please wrap your lips around my sausage and consume it. Please eat my burrito tonight. Come on. It's a great night for a braai. Please, won't you give it a try? If you like it spicy, then please let my voice delight you. Please eat my burrito tonight. You might like your sausages escort, but pork's not great, and it's not nice. My boerewors goes perfectly with vet cook. You can even chop it up with rice. So please give your taste buds a treat. Bite into my succulent meat. Once you've tasted my voice, then you'll never want another. Please eat my burrito tonight.
Hello and welcome.
Welcome.
Kamogelo.
Siyalumkela.
Sonzela.
Wamkelekile.
To another state of the puppet nation.
This week, Teflon Man tries to stop a plane.
The EFF are ordered to pay their workers.
Yeah, and
Go ahead, comrade.
yes, and
Yes, Commander-in-Chief, go.
yes.
And Snoop has commercial aspirations.
All this and more, but first, this.
Donald Trump has announced he will be standing as a Republican candidate for the presidency.
Potential vice presidential candidates, according to the internet, include Caitlyn Jenner and Trump's toupee.
It's time to make America great again. Bring back the old days, when honest gun manufacturers like Colt would never go out of business because we would shoot more people. When rich men would get to be in charge of everything just because they're rich. Viva America! Hashtag rich white men rule!
Reports are circulating that South African troops were held hostage in Darfur until Al-Bashir's plane could take off.
Cyril Ramaphosa, who gets to clean up all of government's messes, has been tasked with this one too.
I shall make sure that no soldiers are harmed.
Ooh, Teflon Man.
Oh, Cyril, nice outfit. Now get moving. This war is not going to stop itself.
And you?
I have important presidenting to do. Go on.
Kim and Kanye took time out from celebrating North's second birthday to inform fans that their new baby will not be called South.
They explained that this was because North was obviously a superior direction to South. So at least they had a logical explanation.
North's name came to me in a flash of inspiration from God, so I'm waiting for the next flash.
God flashes Kanye like a lot.
Like coming to Disneyland for North's birthday. Sheer godly inspiration.
It's a fairly common place for kids' birthdays, surely?
If you're rich.
Did you just call us common? Oh my God.
Yes?
And in other Northwest news, the Northwest province has been renamed Bokone Bophirima, according to AfriForum.
In fact, the province always has been called Bokone Bophirima in Setswana.
This is disgraceful. You can't just go around calling the Noordwest whatever you want. These ANC owns are cuckoo, man.
But you just called it Noordwest.
That's its name.
And to the more than 60% of the population that lives there, it's Bokone Bophirima.
Look, man. Well, don't try and confuse the racism with maths, Justice.
South Africa made headlines around the world this week for failing to detain Sudanese President Omar Al-Bashir.
According to the Rome Statute, which South Africa ratified, our government had an obligation to hold him and arrest him on charges of war crimes.
President Zuma has yet to...
Teflon Man.
Hello, Deborah. How can I be unhelpful to you today?
What the government did was unconstitutional.
Deborah, I'm going to do you a great professional courtesy now. I'm going to get serious. The truth. Are you ready?
I was born ready.
What about me?
You too, brother. You too. Tell me, have you ever seen a plane?
Yes.
Then you know.
What? What do we know?
How hard those things are to stop. I tried, Deborah. I tried. But not even these bad boys were enough to stop that plane from taking off. I tried. I tried so hard.
Did you ever think about stopping the plane by less physical means?
Like legal ones?
What do you mean?
Abiding by court orders?
What? I'm afraid I'm just not understanding you here.
Doing what the court says.
Paper planes. Those are fun. Maybe I can stop one of those. Let me just go try. Bye.
DA MP Archibald Figlan was found guilty of forcing a member of staff to touch his penis.
Many have criticized the DA for not revoking his membership, but Musi Maimane says he believes the party is being fair.
Jess, my child, have you sinned?
No, Father.
Then what the hell are you doing here?
I wondered if you might have a little advice, Father. You see, my party is in the middle of a sex scandal and
Oh, I sympathize. Did one of your MPs molest a small boy?
No.
Distribute pictures of underage children? We get that a lot too.
No, that definitely wasn't it.
Bestiality? S&M? Foot fetish?
No.
Really? Then what?
One of our MPs forced someone to touch his penis.
Oh, we've never had that one. That's new. Oh, no, wait. There was one of those in Australia last year. What was the question again?
How do you manage the reputation damage?
Oh, my child, we don't. Else, why would you come ask me? If I was any good at that, you wouldn't know anything about our sex scandals.
Note to self, do better than the Catholic Church.
Zimbabwean President Robert Mugabe slammed South Africa and Nigeria at the African Union Summit last weekend.
Although he didn't name the countries he referred to as traitors, he was very clear that he was talking about South Africa and Nigeria.
He said no matter how hard South Africa tried to please everyone, they'd never earn a permanent seat on the UN Security Council.
Never!
So you were definitely talking about South Africa and Nigeria?
Traitors! You are traitors!
So, if SA and Nigeria are traitors, which countries do you think should get their UN seats?
Me!
His Highness Robert Mugabe should have both permanent seats on that council.
So how do you plan to sit on both?
With a bodyguard, justice, and style. I plan to vote twice.
I don't think that's allowed.
Hail His Emperorship Robert Gabriel Mugabe, ruler of Africa and the Americas, coming for China soon. Hail, all hail!
He's been hanging with Gaga again, I can tell.
More like he's gone, Gaga.
All hail Bob! I really need a hype man. Is that Maharaj available?
Welcome to the Logic Factor with me, Justice Malala, where I ask you to think straight, like the pinstripes on an 80s trouser. Last week, I asked you what you thought of Oscar Pistorius being released for parole in August. And a third of you thought B, he should be locked up for life. And another third of you thought D, let the legal system do its job. You know, you people, sometimes you offer me a glimmer of hope, a tiny possibility of logic, trusting in the courts, and then bam! No, screw logic! Let's just send people to jail forever! You people are exhausting! This week, I want to know what you think about South Africa failing to detain Sudanese President Omar Al-Bashir. Do you think A, sorry what? B, this clear and blatant violation of the Constitution is an outrage? C, we might have started a war with Sudan. War sucks. Or D, the ICC is clearly a biased and racist institution. So, there you have it. A, B, C, or D. You can vote on our website or Facebook. Share your logic with us and I'll be back next week to tell you just how logical or illogical your answers were.
Household chores getting you down?
Does that look familiar to you?
Oh my goodness, yes. It's like you had a camera in my own home.
Tell me, darling, what would make your life easier?
I wish I had one single gadget that could do lots of different tasks.
Well, wish no longer. Newspapers are here. No, silly. You're not supposed to read it. New newspapers solve all your household problems. Nothing cleans windows better than newspapers.
So, what do you think so far? Do you think newspapers are for you?
Well, newspapers look amazing. But tell me, could they help me with my naughty puppy?
Funny you should ask. Nothing trains naughty puppies better than newspapers.
And what better to put on the floor when defrosting your fridge than, you guessed it, newspapers?
It seems too good to be true.
But it is true.
Amazing.
But wait, there's more. You can even line pet cages with them.
If you order newspapers now, we'll also throw in this handy stack of advertising leaflets and inserts.
I don't know how I ever lived without newspapers.
So, are you ready to have newspapers in your life?
Absolutely! But how do I make it happen?
Newspapers are usually delivered to your house once a week. But wait! If you order now, you can get a daily newspapers for only $99.99. But there's more! Visit our website to know more about our tailor-made payment plan.
Newspapers. And to think, people used to read them.
You know, imagine if Teflon Man really could have stopped that plane.
What on earth are you talking about?
No, I'm saying imagine if he swept up into the air and he caught that plane and brought it safely back to ground. Whew! Teflon Man would have been a hero.
You do know that Teflon Man is just Jacob Zuma dressed in a costume.
I mean, think about it. They'd make a movie.
With a frying pan on his head.
Man, you're such an unbeliever. Tokyo Sekwale, former member of the 2010 World Cup Organizing Committee, broke ranks with the government and spoke out against the $10 million donation made to FIFA's Jack Warner.
Mr. Sekwale says if the money was a legitimate donation, it should have had specified costs attached to it.
Receipts, Deborah. Receipts are important. You can't just go around writing blank checks, Deborah.
As a member of the organizing committee, didn't you approve the donation?
I only approve donations when I know exactly where they are going and who they benefit.
Teflon Man.
Sawubona, Tokyo.
Oh, great. This guy again.
Speaking of donations, my people in KZN are putting together a little Olympic bid, and as a friend with money, we thought you could donate to the cause.
Well, as a friend, I would need to know where the money is going, why, and exactly what it will be used for.
There are some large places in KZN that are suitable for showcasing the best we have to offer, that are real icons in the KZN landscape.
Money from Kanta, Jacob. Again? I mean, really?
Oh, since you mentioned it, we might need to extend the pool just a little so we can host the swimming.
I would need receipts.
I always keep receipts. The whole country knows exactly how much my chicken coop cost, and how much my tunnels cost, and my aircon.
Can't we just use it as it is, without upgrades?
Never mind, I'll ask a Gupta. Maybe one of them wants to be deputy president.
Deputy President, how much do you need?
The EFF has been instructed by the CCMA to pay some of its former employees.
The former employees claim to have been unfairly dismissed by the EFF and after winning their cases are now awaiting payment from the opposition party.
The CCMA stated that they currently have 15 cases against the EFF on their roll but declined to comment.
Mr. Malema, do you plan on paying out your former employees?
Well, as you know, Deborah, unlike the ruling party, the EFF always pays back the money and obeys the courts. Eventually.
That is right, my president. Even when the courts are unjust, even when the media is running a smear campaign against us.
The CCMA is an independent body that has nothing to do with the media.
They are tools in the larger strategy to destabilize the EFF, but we will not be falling off our chairs. We will fight.
Are you saying the CCMA is lying?
Those agents at the CCMA are...
Comrade Floyd, as president, I would like to answer this question.
Of course, my leader.
Yeah, and...
Go ahead, comrade.
Yes, and...
Yes, Commander-in-Chief, go.
Yes, thank you, Floyd. Well, Deborah, no.
No what?
Not lying, per se.
15 is a large number of cases.
And we will fight them all. Some of these cases are mold sent by the ANC to destabilize the EFF, but no matter what they do, we are stable.
You said that already.
Look, how stable I am, look.
Impressive, Commissar Floyd, impressive.
I'm completely stable.
Finance Minister Nhlanhla Nene has reminded us all of a very important, indeed vital fact. Taxes are boring.
That's right. He went on to explain just why that's a good thing.
Yes, indeed. And, well, speaking for myself, I'm delighted at all the detailed procedures we follow. Our consultative process is aimed at those most deeply affected with the narrow view.
Sorry, hang on. I'm going to have to stop you there. What were you saying?
Well, obviously, the specificity of the scope of certain taxes means that the prevailing wisdom in our establishment of an industry task force...
Justice, is this making any sense to you at all?
I think that I'm hearing that tax is complicated because, it's economic.
Oh, well, thanks for clearing that up.
All I'm saying is that certain guidelines need to be seriously examined in the context in which they are to be enforced. Really, I don't think rich people would pay as much if I said, your dog, tax is complicated. For shizzle, get it done, tax man. They are great.
Welcome to Hard Shout, the loudest place on television where I let newsmakers know just exactly what we think of them. And by we, I mean I. Joining me today is EFF Deputy President Floyd Chevalier.
Hello, Deborah. I am proud to be here.
So, Floyd, you're a master of politics.
I have a master's in politics.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense. A whole lot more. Mr. Chevalier, don't you think it's, two-faced and obnoxious of you to represent fighters and the poor, but drive a top-of-the-range Porsche?
It is not top of the range. Honestly, it's quite old now.
And that makes a difference because...
I don't think that the car I drive affects my politics.
Is that what they teach you at WITS? Not to practice what you preach?
Shouldn't we be talking about the real villain in our country though, Deborah? What does it matter what car I drive when that man continues to abuse our people? When that man laughs at us, mocks us after we pay for his chickens, his cattle, and his swimming pool?
Don't try to confuse me. Of course he's a terrible president. And yes, those things make me angry too. But we were really talking about you. Now I'm so conflicted because I really want to mock him. It's so hard.
Just yell at him. Go on. You know you want to.
I do. Go on, Floyd. Take him to court. Beat him. I'm rooting for you.
I will, Deborah.
And sell your fucking Porsche.
I'd like to introduce you to the Pots Junctionary. Because if you want to speak like a drunk, you've got to have a few pots in you.
The mock charge. Yes, that little dry run prior to tossing the cookies.
Wow, what's this? Is this gonna be on TV, huh?
Lo and behold, the mock charge. And an excellent follow-through of the large prison carpet.
Pots. That's how you speak like a drunk.
Did you read about that pastor whose congregation bought him a private jet?
I'm sorry, what?
Yep. Pastor Creflo Dollar. He asked people to donate for a jet, and they did.
What on earth could a pastor need a jet for?
It makes the church look good, apparently. It shows how serious they are.
I must be so naive. I thought churches were serious about God, not jets.
It's a Gulfstream G650.
Well, to be fair, if you're going to con people into buying you a jet, that's a pretty good jet. That's definitely the one I'd con people into buying me.
Great. While Justice contemplates his future as a dodgy pastor, let's cross to Rian with some old news.
Hello, Deborah. Sure, you're always so kind to have me.
Where are you taking us today, Rian?
It's been 39 years since the government banned 123 people after the Soweto uprisings on the 19th of June, 1976. Let me take you back. Good evening, goeienaand. It has been 3 days since dissidents rose up in Soweto, and today the government chose to ban 123 people that were causing a threat to our land. We're joined by Lieutenant van Papendorp.
The country is definitely safer now.
Were these 123 people armed?
They were armed with pamphlets and ideas opposing the ruling party.
Obviously, they were posing a direct threat, and you acted in good faith?
We acted to send a message. Public meetings, these blacks gathering in numbers in public places, these are illegal and dangerous.
There are many who have said that on the 16th, when these events began, you fired at unarmed children.
It's perfectly easy to mistake a fist in the air for a rifle. These blacks mustn't raise their fists.
So, are most of these 123 people children, like this one?
Well, it's best to get these children while they're young. Neutralize the threat early. Any right-thinking state would do what we have done. The message must be clear.
American Secretary of State Kissinger, who will be visiting South Africa shortly, has said that any country where unarmed black children are shot by police was a disgrace.
Ha! And I thought Americans were real men. Kiss my ass, Kissinger.
And now for the news making headlines around the world.
Rapper Snoop Dogg has thrown his hat in the ring for the now vacant job of CEO to Twitter.
Twitter are in trouble and need to show how they can make money off the system.
Buy my tweets.
Do I have to?
It would be my first campaign as Twitter CEO.
People could buy my tweets. Got an event coming up? Let Snoop tweet about it. Only $100.
You don't seriously believe Twitter could make you CEO?
Yo, wait, I just had a damn epiphany. I'm gonna become boss of Facebook too. And call it, wait for it, I'm gonna count to 10. 1, 2, Bake Book.
I don't think that a version of Facebook all about weed would be that popular, you know?
Instead of YouTube, SpewTube. Only pictures of people puking.
I can see how that might catch on.
Instead of Instagram, Chinstagram. Smiling faces only.
Your lyrical flair is coming in useful here.
No more Tinder. What about Lighter? Where you meet people near you who are single and have a lighter. Yo, I need to write that one down. That's a good one.
The Vatican has called upon the world's Catholics to speak out against climate change.
Pope Francis released his landmark encyclical this week, urging people to be the stewards of nature.
Hang on a second, the Pope is now an environmentalist?
Yeah, it would seem so. And you?
Yes, but I have questions.
Deborah, you already did the hard shout.
Good evening, Your Worship, and welcome.
Thank you for hearing the message and passing it forward.
I would like to know why it's our job to fix the planet.
We do live on it.
Is it or is it not true that your God is omnipotent?
It is very true. Omnipresent, all-powerful, our God is the best.
Is it true that you believe that your God created the world?
Oh yes, all by himself, and in just 7 days.
But now, a few millennia later, it's falling apart. Where's the quality control, huh? Who fixes your God's mistakes?
She makes a good point.
But humans are destroying it as we speak.
You did say your God was all-powerful.
Then why doesn't he just, I don't know, fix it?
Yeah, why don't you come up with a special prayer to fix it since the two of you are so close?
God is very busy.
Too busy to fix the planet he made.
The broken planet he made. You should get us a refund. Isn't this thing insured? I mean, what is the point of the Vatican?
We are not outsurance. You people clearly have no understanding of God and his ways.
You have no quality control and you won't face the issue at hand.
Which issue?
Tell your God to fix it! And still in international news, Christie decided that offending all women is a good campaign strategy.
Actually, Senator Christie commented on female Viagra, stating that the world didn't need this pill because the world didn't need more lesbians.
Basically, he got up in front of the world, opened his mouth, and stupid came out.
Now, I take offense to that kind of editorialization of my statements.
So you didn't say the world doesn't need more dykes?
Oh, yes, I said that.
I have nothing to say to this man.
Okay, I have a few questions. Senator Christie,
are you insane or just stupid?
I'm a man, Deborah, so I'm neither.
When asked about your statement, you backed it up, complaining that women are too hard to satisfy.
I love women. I love all women, even the lesbian women. But who knows what they want? Like this woman, what is it she wants, Justice?
I'm still trying to figure that out myself. So, do you like lesbians?
Sure, I just think we have enough of them. How many dykes does one country need? I think we have our quota.
There's a lesbian quota?
Of course there's a lesbian quota. Of course there is.
There should be. What's the optimal percentage of dykes per 100 people? Why aren't the scientists tackling the serious questions? When I'm president, I will insist on some serious investigations into lesbianism. Serious. Gee, guys, see what you did? I'm hungry now.
It seems we've reached our headline quota for today.
That's all the news that we have time for.
This has been the 85th state of the Puppet Nation. Goodbye.
Bye. And remember, if you want to buy your favorite news presenter anything at all, it's entirely up to you.
Just this?
No, I'm just saying, if they see me and they want to buy me a coffee, or if they can send me a cake, or maybe if one of them works for Ferrari or Gulfstream,
You're not even offering to save their souls in exchange?
No, that's bullshit.
Huh.